Step by step walk the 1,000-mile road. Study strategy over the years and achieve the spirit of the warrior. Today is victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men. In strategy, your spiritual bearing must not be any different from normal. Both in fighting and in everyday life, you should be determined though calm. Meet the situation without tenseness yet not recklessly. Your spirit settled yet unbiased. Do not let your spirit be influenced by your body, or your body be influenced by your spirit. From one thing, know 10,000 things. When you attain the way of strategy, there will not be one thing you cannot see. You must study hard. The principle of strategy is having one thing, to know 10,000 things. If you learn and attain this strategy, you will never lose even to 20 or 30 enemies. You will come to be able to beat men with your eye, control your body, and with sufficient training beat 10 men with your spirit. When you have reached this point, will it not mean that you are invincible? Crossing at a ford means setting sail, even though your friends stay in harbor. Knowing the route, knowing the soundness of your ship and the favor of the day. In strategy, also, it is important to cross at a ford, discern the enemy's capability, and knowing your own strong points, cross the ford at the advantageous place. Everything can collapse. Houses, bodies, and enemies collapse when their rhythm becomes deranged. When the enemy starts to collapse, you must pursue him without letting the chance go. Fix your eye on the enemy's collapse and chase him, attacking so that you do not let him recover. When in a fight to the death, one wants to employ all one's weapons to the utmost. I must say that to die with one's sword still sheathed is most regrettable. When you sacrifice your life, you must make fullest use of your weaponry. There is timing in everything. Timing in strategy cannot be mastered without a great deal of practice. You must know the applicable timing and the inapplicable timing. This is the main thing in strategy. It is especially important to know the background timing, otherwise your strategy will become uncertain. To become the enemy means to think yourself into the enemy's position. If we think of becoming the enemy, we feel that the whole world is against us and that there is no escape. He who is shut inside is a pheasant. He who enters to a rest is a hawk. Perceive those things which cannot be seen. The gaze should be large and broad. Perception is strong and sight weak. In strategy, it is important to see distant things as if they were close, and to take a distanced view of close things. With water as the basis, the spirit becomes like water. Water adopts the shape of its receptacle. It is sometimes a trickle, and sometimes a wild sea. Water conforms to the shape of the vessel. It can be a drop, and it can be an ocean. If you merely read this book, you will not reach the way of strategy. Do not just read, memorize, or imitate, but so that you realize the principle from within your own heart. Study hard to absorb these things into your body. A 1,000 days of training to develop, 10,000 days of training to polish. Determine that today you will overcome yourself of the day before. Tomorrow you will win over those of lesser skill, and later you will win over those of greater skill. To cut and to slash are two different things. Cutting, whatever form of cutting it is decisive, with a resolute spirit. Slashing is nothing more than touching the enemy. When you cut, your spirit is resolved. In the void is virtue, and no evil. Wisdom has existence. Principle has existence. The way has existence. Spirit is nothingness. By knowing things that exist, you can know that which does not exist. That is the void. You may abandon your own body, but you must preserve your honor. You must understand that there is more than one path to the top of the mountain. The true way of strategy is to be able to win under any and all circumstances. Do not let your spirit be influenced by your body, or your body be influenced by your spirit. Your spirit should be whole and uninhibited, and your body should be firm and steady. There is timing in everything, and the timing and strategy cannot be mastered without a great deal of practice. It is especially important to know the background timing, otherwise your strategy will become uncertain. To become the enemy means to think yourself into the enemy's position. If we think of becoming the enemy, we feel that the whole world is against us, and that there is no escape. Everything can collapse. Houses, bodies, and enemies collapse when their rhythm becomes deranged. When the enemy starts to collapse, you must pursue him without letting the chance go. When you sacrifice your life, you must make the fullest use of your weaponry. It is regrettable to die with your sword still sheathed. By knowing things that exist, you can know that which does not exist. This is the void. In the void is virtue, and no evil. Wisdom has existence. Principle has existence. The way has existence. Spirit is nothingness. If you merely read this book, you will not reach the way of strategy. You must study hard to absorb these things into your body, so that you realize the principle from within your own heart. Sharpen your wisdom and spirit in great detail. If you sharpen your wisdom, you will understand what is just and unjust in society, as well as the good and evil of this world. Then you will know all sorts of arts and follow various ways. In this way, no one in this world will succeed in deceiving you. When your spirit is not in the least clouded, when the clouds of bewilderment are gone, this is the true void. To attain the way of strategy as a warrior, you must fully study other martial arts and not deviate, even a little, from the warrior's way. Until you realize the true way, whether in Buddhism or in common sense, you may think that things are correct and in order. However, if we look at things objectively, from the viewpoint of the laws of the world, we see various doctrines departing from the true way. In strategy, it is necessary to treat training as part of normal life, with your spirit unchanging. Fixation is the way of death. Fluidity is the way of life. This is something that must be well understood. This is the way for men who want to learn my strategy. 1. Do not think dishonestly. 2. The way is in training. 3. Become acquainted with every art. 4. Know the ways of all professions. 5. Distinguish between gain and loss in worldly matters. 6. Develop intuitive judgment and understanding for everything. 7. Perceive those things which cannot be seen. 8. Pay attention even to trifles. 9. Do nothing which is of no use.